Greetings, everyone. Sorry, I was just checking the sound. It's coming. So, greetings, everyone. Now, the topic again is on this. Who is out of context on these Quran ayats? Um, we have Dr. Khalil Andani's book. In his book, one of the chapters is on istighatha, meaning intercession, shafa or wasila, seeking means of approach to Allah, and there's some sound in the background, so I'm just going to put this receiver up around the mic that cancels the background sound. Okay, and not feeling well, so please bear with me if you can, and thank you so much for your support. All those who have supported me, who have allowed me, the Muslims who didn't chop my head off or something. Sorry, excuse me. No, they don't do this anymore, I hope. No, maybe someplace they do. For being an apostate, against apostasy and apostates. So this, so now, thanks to Dr. Khalil Andani, it helped really. Smileys must be really now remonstrating. Why did she get this in her hands? The chapter. A free download. Thank you, Ismaili, so much. Really appreciate the free download and all this of this Dr. Khalil Andani's book, chapter in the book, or whatever it is. This is how I am. I apologize. So I'm really, Imran Khan is mentally tortured in prison, and I've been mentally tortured, tormented to no end, even internally by the demons in my mind, maybe in my mind. So please bear with me if you can, because my performance might not be that, it's going to be low, not that great, like I keep saying. And so let's see now, thanks to all those supporting me, and about my health also, thanks to, like, people telling me not to come online and give my personal life and not understanding when I try to explain to them. So even explaining was, we were tortured, tormented. It was a great thing for me. I don't want your sympathies. I just want you to, and I don't want you to worry about me. If you can not worry about me, that'll be great, right? Because that's not going to help me. So worrying, it's going to make it worse for me if I find out you're worrying for me. So what you can do is, if you can not worry about me, but just, go on, be happy in your life. That will, and let me just, whatever they're compelling me to do here under torture and duress, forcefully. So I'll be doing that, but so don't worry about me. Don't worry, because it's not going to help. So if you can help not worrying about me, that'll be great. And what else? So there's Courtney now, Authentic, a channel on YouTube, and I thanked her so much. Like, sometimes the people criticizing me and wanting me to stop, they had wanted me to stop going live, or sorry, use the internet, like use social media like Facebook even. Okay, recently celebrated Eid al-Ittihad on Facebook, not on YouTube, not on my groups, or it was very hard for me. So whatever I could, I was making images and all, and celebrating with the songs on Facebook. Now you can put songs on your images. Um, a very happy Eid al-Ittihad, right? And blessed, most blessed, and I wish for you abundance and more. More. What's more than abundance? Don't know. This, okay. what's more than abundance and more. Like, oh, God knows, right? Only God knows. God knows best. Muslims, Allah knows best. So this Allah who has done what He has done here, um, so that Dr. Khalil Dani's chapter really helped see who is out of context. Shia is also coming here telling me that I'm out of context, I've misinterpreted the ayats, or I've interpreted it like some Sunni way. I've interpreted Jafar Muhammad, then before that Saqlan Haider and all this. And see what even Kashif al-Ghatta said about it. Some of you Shias, right? In his book on Shia Islam, you can read that. I gave that. I posted it here in the live chat in my previous live stream. Let's see how I do because morning I wake up or whenever I wake up, my garden, my neck, this vein or something, I don't know, it's hurting. And I'm trying to do healing online. And but there are others also. Alina, about my health, yeah. See, I'm like this or absent minded. So those who are authentic, genuine, giving out, why not? Let the world know, right? Don't suffer alone. And anything, or just come online. Let us know you're there. And I checked Alina's channel. There are many very good comments, caring comments. They care, concerned comments. And so that's really great. She's got help online. She's got friends online, really authentic, genuine, caring people. Courtney, authentic Courtney. Very few are following her. So I'm following her on YouTube. And so I comment sometimes. And yeah, I've subscribed to her channel, Courtney. Authentic Courtney. I think her channel's name is. Okay. So I cannot say how grateful I am to all those who allowed me this. I cannot say. And so the extra help also from the Ismaili. Now, see, if this is a false religion, right? It's not a true religion, it's a lie. Why would you follow it? So it's proven again and again by me that this is a false religion through the Quran ayats mostly, and seeing how I should take the Islamic history and the hadiths. It's different, right? Through the Quran ayat, and then telling you that we can't trust in the Islamic history because Quran proven false and from other than Allah, since there are many contradictions. Allah contradicts himself a lot. Even though I tried to put it in context, it didn't work. And all this, right? So then how it's proven. So why would you take this? And why would you waste your time on Islam, right? Or what was I supposed to say now? So yeah, so a little bit. I'm not taking some vitamins, herbal, right? Oh, and I forgot to take D3 also. So I had a kind of like I felt that my head was cracked, and I was doing cracked up things on my page on Facebook. And I'm not able to torture it, torment it, but not able to put things properly or say things properly. But I go on. If you can bear with me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'd really like to help the Muslims, Shias, Sunnis, all Muslims, right? And I can't help you if you don't help me. So that. So please help me. And thank you if you're helping me. I really appreciate it. Now the topic is who is out of context on these Quran ayats, right? The ones I've chosen here at least. See, putting it in context, it doesn't work. Didn't work. I'll again on this show you. AI overview. What did I ask AI? According to Islamic teachings, particularly as expressed in the Najl Balagha. So I asked AI overview, where is that to where Imam Ali has said in recorded in Najl Balagha that the Quran ayahs have inconsistencies. Seemingly, there, if there are apparent inconsistencies, right, are understood as a matter of interpretation, context, and the style in which the verses were revealed over a period of 23 years. So there are apparent inconsistencies, but they fall into perspective, then the inconsistencies go away. Right? There are no more inconsistencies when if you compare the other rest of the ayat similar to this ayat, that you find some inconsistencies, and you gather all the ayats together on that subject, and you get consistency, right? So it's the Quran ayats. But here it says, it explains further, expounding that apparent in the Quran is not contradictory. Okay, apparent inconsistencies are understood as a matter of interpretation, context, and the style in which the verses were revealed over a period of 23 years. Najul Balagha is a collection of Imam Ali's sayings, sermons, and letters by Razi. I've forgotten his full name. You can check that very easily. Google search Nahjul Balagha, the book. It's now in a book preserved. The sayings of Imam Ali, the letters of Imam Ali, the sermons of Imam. So that's where I found Imam Ali saying something like on inconsistencies in the Quran. Right. So so I started with contradiction between Surah 29, Ayah 17, and Surah 16, Ayah 17. Right? So this is what I showed you in the previous live stream. Context, so who is, so okay, I have shown you now. So no, I have shown you in the previous live stream. So are they a matter of taking the ayats out of context by me or misinterpretation, as the Shias, not only Sunnis, would accuse me of? Let's examine. So I examined them in this light also, right? Am I out of context? Am I misinterpreting? Did I misinterpret it? Did I not understand the Quran style also? I've done all that, shown you in my previous live stream on this, then in this slide. The Surah 16, Ayat 17, then is he who creates like one who does not create. So will you not be reminded? Allah says create. Create word is used, right? Is he who creates like one who does not create? No, Allah compares himself to the one who does not create, and this means that no one can create, right? Or not. Okay, if this is tough, difficult, in Surah 16, Ayat 20, those they invoke other than Allah create nothing. Is this tough? Create nothing? And they are created. To see the contradiction against this ayat, Surah 29, ayat 17. You only worship besides Allah idols, and you produce. Now you see, Sahih International doesn't put create. The word should be create for takhlukuna, create, not produce, not invent. By Maududi or Yusuf Ali, they haven't put create. But Quran.com, word by word, for this Quran ayat, Surah 29, ayat 17, has put the word create, word by word translation from Arabic to to English. So ask yourself, why would this be, right? I had to. Maybe because it would have been a contradiction against Surah 16, ayat 17, and Surah 16, ayat 20. They don't create anything. So Allah comparing himself, saying, I'm the creator, like he who creates, like one who does not create, right? He who creates like one who does not create. Then is he who creates like, is he the one, similar to the one who does not create? No, he's not. Then he says here, they create nothing. The idol worshippers or the mushriks. Now, the ones who are called in the Quran associates, mushriks, those who associate with Allah or anyone or anything, right? They even invoke on other than Allah. So they come in the category of mushriks. Then Allah creates. So those they invoke other than Allah create nothing. Nothing. Jesus Christ created, we are told. The bird, Surah Ma'idah, and another ayat. And they themselves are created. Right? So why are you invoking, like Allah is objecting to them invoking upon other than Allah, invoking them, right? Making dua to them. The word da or dua, right? From the word dua, supplication. So these are mushriks, Allah is talking about, mentioning them as those they invoke other than Allah create nothing. Even idol worshippers, right? So if you say, no, you're out of context. Anyways, see here, Allah says that they themselves are created, right? Okay. Just bear with me for a little while, maybe. It'll fall into perspective when we come to sajda, prostration. Ayats on prostration. Who to prostrate to, right? So starting like this, I have. So in Surah 5, Ayah 110, created bird. Jesus created a bird out of clay. The word is from this khalq, right? In Arabic, they put in different form, like you create, so they combine. Or I can't explain the Arabic properly, but in words, I can't put it. I hope you get it, right? So it's khalq, actually. The uh, root word is khalq in Surah Ma'idah at 110. Jesus created a bird out of clay. And yet, for these polytheists, those they invoke other than Allah, meaning polytheists, right? They are created. So those you invoke besides Allah or other than Allah, Allah says create nothing also. And they are created. So why do you invoke them? So if you find in the Quran, like Dr. Khalil Andani, you see, now Jesus created. Moses parted the sea. God, Allah parted the sea. Two ayats Dr. Khalil Andani gave in his chapter on calling on prophets, imams, and saints, godly people also, you could. So how does he take it? And he says Salafis are wrong because these are the ayats they're misconstrued by the Salafis, Wahhabis, because these are the how to put it. So the ayats that in where Allah says directly, right? I showed you. So directly, how can the Salafis misinterpret those ayats which are direct? So I will show you how the Ismailis and the Shias and the rest, Sunnis also. Dr. Khalil Andani has mentioned that Sunnis used to, many scholars, this, that, hadiths are there also. At the time of Prophet Muhammad, they used to practice istighatha, calling on another, asking them, to pray to Allah, right? Pray to Allah for rain, for this. Pray to Allah. So now we use tawassul, seeking means of approach as Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, 40, and the rest. Prophet Muhammad's progeny, imams who are chosen by Allah to guide the people for prayer to them, to pray so that they can pray to Allah to give us, because they're in a better position, kept in a better position, thoroughly purified. I wish you were thoroughly purified. Anyways, that would be another long live stream for me to and show you. I shouldn't go there. For now, they are created. But then you can call on, so Dr. Khalil Andani, then can you not call on Jesus Christ? Of course you can call on Jesus Christ, right? But why is Allah telling them, these polytheists, those they invoke other than Allah? Now you see, it's on invocation, it's on dua, it's on like istighata. So they're calling on them perhaps to connect to Allah so that Allah can give them through the prophets, through their godly people, through their saints, through their chiefs who are religious chiefs, naqibs like Moses had in his time, naqibs like imams, 12 imams, right? You could even call a doctor. And they're alive, not dead. Even if they were not alive, you could call on them because Allah says the martyrs, those are who are killed. Allah says, doesn't call them martyrs. Those who are killed in the way of Allah or religion or all this are alive, not dead. Are alive, not dead. And they get the provision from Allah. So these are the channels, wasila, means of approach, and shafa, intercession, that Allah Himself has said they are. But what He says against the mushriks here, and what He's implying, so Dr. Khalil Andani has worked out what He's implied, that you can call on them. Of course you can call on them if you work out that way, the way Shias have worked out, religious scholars and all. Right? Theologians. Hmm? But why does Allah say here, those they invoke other than Allah create nothing? And they are created. Okay. Is He telling them that do not call on them? And there's a direct verse, do not call on them. Do not call on any other with Allah, even in Surah Jinn ayat. Surah 72 ayat number, I'm forgetting, 18, or with Allah anyone. Do not invoke with Allah anyone. Let me show you again. So, Surah 72, is it ayat 18? Do not invoke. It is. Now, is this not a direct ayat? Not to invoke on any other? Is it only for the polytheists? And that the masjids, now these are masajids, you have masjids, plural form of masjid, mosque, for Allah. So do not call with Allah anyone, even with Allah anyone. This is this verse. Shias, you can check. So it's not only against, this is a very direct verse. But you're taking those implied or something I've explained where intercession is those who know. Those who know. On one ayat is there, Surah Ghaf, where is it? Right? But there are many ayats saying, do not call on other than Allah. Do not call on anyone other than Allah. Very direct ayats. But your imams or your Prophet Muhammad, according to you, has told your imams uh, to, or even the Sunnis, right? They have this. So, but what about correct ayahs, right? Has told you, you can call upon us. This is tawassul. This is wasila. We are means of approach. Fatima, of Prophet Muhammad's daughter, told Abu Bakr. I can't find that. But I thought in her rites of Fadak, and she went to, you know, tell Abu Bakr, right, trial. Oh, had this, what do you call it, with Abu Bakr when he was the caliph after her father's death, that we are the means of approach to God. Okay, not clear, maybe then, but here, at least for creation, they a falsehood. They create falsehood. So a falsehood is created by the idol worshippers when they worship idols, right? Surah 29, ayat 17. Now, another contradiction on prostration called sajda in Arabic in the Quran. AI overview has given me sajda, prostration, as an act of worship in Islam and must be directed solely to Allah as commanded in several Quranic verses. Prostration to any being other than Allah is considered shirk, polytheism, which is strictly forbidden, right? And some Muslims believe in that. Shias say there are two types of sajda, taking Surah Yusuf ayat 100, right? We saw in multilingual Quran on Surah Yusuf ayat 100, Shia Puya Mehdi commentary, Aka Mehdi Puya commentary. What? There are two types of sajda. So Hazrat Yaqub, Hazrat Yusuf's parents and all, prostrating to Hazrat Yusuf when he raised them on the throne, right? Worldly, not God's throne. Raised them up on the throne, right? They prostrated, and it's prostration, not bowing. It's sajda, from sajda, the word. However, some Muslims believe that sajda now, after Islam coming, Allah has obliterated this kind of sajda, which He allowed earlier on. So Hazrat Yaqub, according to Islam, was a prophet. Hazrat Yusuf was a prophet. Hazrat Yusuf was Hazrat Yaqub's son. When he found his son, he had become a king. The Egyptian king had made him a king or something, yeah, de facto king. And he put his parents and all, maybe his brothers, but the Quran ayat says, what does the Quran ayat say? Puts his parents on the throne, and they all, his parents, did sujood, prostration, not bowing, not ruku, not kneeling, jadiyah. Surah Jadiyah is kneeling. So Jadiyah means kneeling. Not kneeling to him, but prostrating to him, right? So according to Shias, prostration is allowed. According to Sunni and other maybe Quran only Muslims, I don't know. But no, I'm not taking Quran only Muslim. Sunni Muslims, like Maududi, it's been changed by Allah. Now this type of prostration to human beings or even the Prophet or anyone who puts you up on the throne or something is not allowed out of reverence or paying homage to the Khalifa. It's not allowed. It's forbidden. And this is why AI gave this, right, on Sajda. Only the Sunni side, not the Shia side. AI overview has given. I showed you the Shia side in my previous lecture. So now, what does Allah say about sajda here? Surah 41 ayat 37. And among his signs are the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. Prostrate not to the sun nor to the moon, but prostrate to him who created them, if you worship him. Forget the sometimes I read the words in the bracket, sometimes I don't. Right now, forget this. Really worship him. But prostrate not to the sun. Allah says, do not prostrate to the sun nor to the moon. Of course, it is particular here, specifically mentioning the sun and the moon, not to prostrate to. So you would say in Surah Yusuf, you can prostrate to a prophet like in homage or reverence to him as the Allah's representative on earth, right? Taking Surah Yusuf, ayat 100. So he's not saying do not prostrate to anyone. He's just saying here do not prostrate to the sun or to the moon, but prostrate to him, Allah meaning, right, who created them. What's the reason Allah gives? He says, okay, he's commanding you not to prostrate to the sun or to the moon, but prostrate to him. Here in Surah Fusilat, ayat 37. He's commanding you. He's telling you not to do it, but do it to me. Him meaning Allah, who created them. Now, look at the reason. If you worship, so prostration is also equal to worship. It's a form of worship. Prostration becomes a form of worship, isn't it? Through this ayat, we can imply. Work out. But this is what Allah is trying to tell you. In other words, in His words, He's not in my words or other words, right? And now look at the reason and look at the generality here. What is the reason? Has He given the reason why you should not prostrate to the sun or to the moon? Do you find a kind of implied reason here, or is it direct? It is a very general reason, isn't it? Who created them? If you worship Him. So Sunnis, at least now, can you work out that how can sajda be strictly forbidden? Wait a minute, right? Or sajda is strictly forbidden, right? But there are contradictions because Hazrat Yaqub prostrated to Hazrat Yusuf. And then you say, but at that time, now Allah has obliterated it. Not even at the Allah commanding the angels on a higher realm to prostrate to Adam, the one He created with His hands. Contradictions remain or not for the Sunnis. And you say, oh, Allah changed it. The prostration to Hazrat Yusuf done by Hazrat Yaqub. But here Allah says, who created them? Who created them? So how can at any time Allah allow you to prostrate to anyone, since Allah says He is the one who created them? What does He mean by this? Generally putting, who created them. If you worship Him, and it's also a form of worship. Then AI overview has given Surah Najm ayat 62. So prostrate to Allah and worship Him. So prostration is equal to what? Here, what does AI say about this? This verse explicitly forbids prostration to creation. Because yes, this is what I have worked out, right? So now don't blame me for taking AI as an imam, or the not Imam Ali as the expounder of the Quran, but AI as my imam. You're right. See, this is what I worked out. This is generally put here. Even the specific for the sun and the moon. This verse explicitly forbids prostration to creation. Now, since I worked it out myself, I have done it earlier also on this, just bringing it in this light. That am I out of context now? Am I misinterpreting the Quran ayats? Or am I going against the style of the Quran? Prostration to creation forbids explicit. Like, how would you work it out? Have I worked it out the Sunni way? No. Let's see. Let's see if I worked it out the Sunni way. Because AI only says the Sunni way, but it's not strict. But even Maududi, taking Surah Yusuf ayat 100, Maududi says this prostration, this kind of prostration is cancelled. Shia say it's not cancelled, right? But then how can Allah, both of you, Sunni and Shias, how can Allah have ever allowed the prostration to a human being? When these are the reasons He gives here, who created them, and prostration is worshipping Him. Surah 53 at 62, with the exclusive worship of Allah. This verse directly links prostration with the exclusive worship to Allah. Please. Yeah, thank you very much. Please see this. Right? This is, no one will do this with you. I haven't seen, I wish I had, right? So to help the Shias also, Ismailis also, Boris also come. You're most welcome here. Really love to help. That's why I put hashtags here for the Ismailis also. Ismail, especially like Shia, but you know, Ismailis are Shias. And I mentioned you, Ismailis. Boris also, sorry, I haven't mentioned. Put a hashtag for the Boris Shias. Surah 22, ayat 77. O you believe, do ruku and sajda to Allah and worship Allah. Oh, sorry, it's not and, comma. Worship Allah and do righteous deeds. What does AI overview say about this ayat? Let's see if it's true, right? And we can, I'm covering the Shia side too. Telling this verse emphasizes that all aspects of formal worship, including sajda, are for Allah alone, right? Meaning Allah, for Allah. It's an act, again, sajda is an act of worship. It's a form of worship. Again, in Surah Hajj 77. Shias, so before you go any further to the context, to the event, to the circumstance, what do we see? What should we see first? We should understand the Quran ayat first, right? Taking all these Quran ayats together. Then apply reason, intellect first. Use reason to see if there are contradictions in the way in between ayats. And I hope you already know what a contradiction, what inconsistencies mean, right? I assume that you already know that. Use reason before context and understand the Quran ayats. To interpret the meaning for simple Quran ayats, what do we do? Before context, should we go to context? Okay, there are ayats that have said sajda to Yusuf, right? Allah didn't object to it at that time. Yusuf even called the Egyptian king who gave him, refuge and his house to live in and adopted him or something, took care of him, Lord. But then he tells, so isn't there a contradiction there also? But I'm not on that. Here, let's look at every step by step. Sajda now. Use reason before context. Shouldn't we? At first, to understand the Quran ayats in the beginning. And if there's simple meaning, interpret the meaning for simple Quran ayats, which don't need explanations because they are clearly understood, like in Surah 12, Ayat 1, Allah says, Alif Lam Ra. These are the verses of the clear book, right? Clear book. Mubin, open, clear. In Surah Yasin, open, clear, like that. It has different meanings. Mubin, the word, Arabic word, used here by Allah. Al-Mubin in Surah Yusuf, Ayat 1. So if the clear, Maududiya's book that clearly expounds the truth. No, these are the verses, ayats of the clear book. Ayat al-Qitabi al-Mubin. Do we need a context? Or should we? Let's see. For the sajda, we need context. Surah 7, Ayat 11. And we have certainly created you, meaning context out of the Quran, where the events taking place in the Islamic history. Taking the Islamic history, Prophet Muhammad's life and all this, Imam's lives. And when, not Imam's life, when Prophet Muhammad was conveying this, was told to convey this and that in his time when he was alive, right? Conveying the revelations to the polytheists, Makkah, and everyone. Hmm? Should we go to that context? Should we go there? Or right now understand here? Here. Direct ayats coming, do not do sajda to anyone but Allah. And sajda is a form of worship. And then seeing ayats where sajda is done by Hazrat Yaqub to Yusuf. Surah 12, ayat 100. Huh? What have you done or what have I done? Have I taken it out of context, not understanding the Shia way of, or the Sunni even, saying that it has been abrogated, finished, cancelled? Even the Sunni, what the Sunnis say now, this sajda has been cancelled. At the time, that the advent of Islam and this ayat came, sajda is cancelled. Or what the Shia say, that there are two forms of sajda, yes, two forms of prostration in Islam. One is to pay reverence and homage to the Khalifatul Rahman, the Khalifa of Allah. Which one? Allah commands angels to prostrate to a being. Okay, here, look at this. Surah 7. Yeah, clearly understood. Surah, clear, to be understood, meaning implied. Surah 7, Ayat 11. We have certainly created you and given you form. If the book is clear, it is clear for whom? So here I have to say implied, but not going in the way that the Shia say it is implied and all this. Even not taking Dr. Khalil Andani, although read and understood properly. Huh? Here I'm saying Allah has put clear book for whom to understand, right? If it's a clear book, the jinns would understand and we would understand. Surah Jinn ayat. It was recited to the jinn, right? The humans would understand. Okay. Surah 7, that's why I'm saying implied in detail, like you will understand this book clearly. Surah 7, ayat 11. And we have certainly created you and given you form. Then we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, so they prostrated. Then we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, we created you and gave you form. Now, what is implied by this? Surah, about on Surah 11, 7, Ayat 11, sorry. Is it that the Shias will say, no, no, we'll take Allama Majlisi, what he said, and what's in our four authentic books. Allama Majlisi's book is not one of the four authentic books. The one that the title is Hayatul Qulub, Volume 1, 2, 3. How many volumes? So we go to the genesis of Hayatul Qulub, and Allama Majlisi says that on the hands of Adam, five, these on the fingertips, five, these Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, right? The lights were on the fingertips of Adam. Then Allah said, prostrate. And that Adam was so jealous, he envied there, that he went for the fruit. You know why he went for the fruit? Not that Shaitan deceived him. He was also very jealous, envious. He wanted to reach that level of the five, the level that Allah had given them. Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. Now, do you see here? Why did Allah, what is the reason? First, seek out the reason here. The Quran ayat will tell you, Allah should tell you, right? Why do you want to go out of context? Like, then you, out of context of this ayat, you have gone to say that Allah commanded the angels to prostrate to Adam because of the names, the names. So these are the names, and then they work it out. The Shias go that way. He said to the angels, right, do you know, and the names, after I've given them the names, wait a minute. But, oh yeah, for the names, and those names were sacred, not teaching them, teaching the Adam generally all the names of the items, so since he's sending him on earth. The Shia say, when these names are five, for the five specific ones, when I teach him names, then prostrate. What is that ayat? Then prostrate. Does it say that? The Shias have worked it out like this. Then prostrate to Adam. I hope a Google search gets it the way I've put it for search. Ayat. I know it's terrible. Surah Bakr. Allah teaches Adam the names of all things, not all things. Shia Sif, Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. Then presents these to the angels and challenges them to name them, since if they are truthful in the implicit claim of superiority. No, they're just saying, oh God of knowledge. These poor angels have told Allah, why are you sending this man who will shed blood on earth? To shed blood, he would shed blood and, do things, a mischief, corruption on earth. Allah tells them. And is this the reason why? Because he taught Adam their names, Shias, that he commanded the angels to prostrate. He made Adam. Well, I haven't searched out. Just think when your Lord said to the angels, lo, it's about creating a vicegerent, right? It's not about sajda here. On earth, they said, will you place on it one who will spread mischief and shed blood while we celebrate celebrate your glory and extol your holiness? Yeah, we celebrate your glory, extol your holiness. Where are they extolling themselves? They're superior to these human beings, the angels. Oh, not against Allah. Okay. He said, surely I know what you do not know. And he taught Adam the names, all of them. Then he showed them to the angels and said, inform me of the names of these, all of them. Yani he taught Adam the names. Shias would say what? These five: Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan. Then he showed them to the angels and said, inform me of the names of these if you are truthful. Then comes Hadith Kissa, for their sake I have made this world and all the sun, moon, stars, planets, galaxies for Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, and Hussein. And it falls into perspective according to the Shia. Wait until they said, exalted are you, we have no knowledge except what you have taught us. What? Indeed, it is you, these poor angels, really. If I was an angel, I would say, no, no, Allah, don't, please, don't think of creating any human being, earth, anything. There's so many calamities, natural disasters. Why do you want to create all this for out of love for these five? He said, O Adam, inform them of their names. And when he had informed them of their names, he said, did I not tell you that I know the unseen of the heavens and earth, and I know what you reveal and what you have concealed? And mention when we said to the angel, no. So Shias take it that since Adam was given these five light beings, Nur Ilahi names, now he's told the angels, no, the angels were, so angels, Adam was given these five names by Allah, and angels are now told to prostrate. Let's see. And when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam, so they prostrated except for Iblis. He refused and was arrogant and became of the disbelievers. And we said, O Adam, dwell you and your wife. Here he doesn't continue about questioning. He doesn't mention the questioning, Allah himself questioning Iblis, right? Here he goes like this. Okay, bow to Adam. Surah Baqarah ayats, Shias have taken, I think, I assume. I mean, that's why the bowing. Prostration. Sorry, it's not bowing, it's prostration to Adam, commanded by Allah to the Allah commanded the angels to bow to Adam because of the names he taught to Adam. Because of these names. Now, please tell me, Shias. Huh? Surah 38 at 75. Allah said, oh, Iblis, another ayat now, on the reason why he asked them, the angels, to prostrate to Adam. Surah 38 at 75. Isn't Adam also made a Khalifa? But so much importance given to the light of Ilahi, Allah, that are Ahmad as Ahmad, they're up high, worshipping Allah for years and years. Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. And Shia said that's why. But okay, I'm not I can't show you work it out step by step, so I'd rather refrain now from that. Don't Shia say that's why now going to, I'll just quickly, right now I can't show you that, right? Working it out. Maybe through what these Surah Baqarah ayats that I can go to multilingual Quran, but it's going to take a long time. Now a short one, then I'll come later and show you in another live stream. So my authority thing on authority live stream is against authority is halted live stream. Surah 38, ayat 75. So Allah commands angels to prostrate to a being who is created by Allah, right? In Surah 7, ayat 11. and we have certainly created you and given you form. Then we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam. Then, so they prostrated, except for Iblis. He was not of those who prostrated. Then in Surah 38, Sa'ad, I think, Surah 38, ayat 75, Allah said, so Allah gives the reason again for this prostration to Iblis. In this ayat, what is the reason? Who is out of context? Shias. For the Shias, not for the Sunnis. Shias, who is out of context? I hope I can put the words proper and complete, not eat up some words, like saying, you changed the word. Oh, you didn't change the word, you changed the word's meaning. So I keep saying that. Sorry, I haven't been terrible. Surah 38 at 75, Allah said, O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands? Enough, right? I mean, I don't have to read the whole ayat. So please look at this, Shias. Now, it's not because of the five holy ones, pure ones, thoroughly purified. It's not because of Muhammad Ali, sorry, yeah, Muhammad Fatima Ali or Muhammad Ali Fatima Hassan Hussein. Huh? My father has told me that after Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, Rasulullah, Jibrail, because Jibrail has taken the name of Fatima, not Ali. Then Ali comes. Sometimes it's like this for the Shias. Like, say Muhammad, Fatima, then Ali. I think that's what my father meant a long time ago. If I'm mistaken, I apologize. Don't mean to cause what you might call it, heresies and all this, right? False and distort the meanings and all this. So, excuse me. Why did Allah, what's the reason? Please see this. Sajda, because Allah created Adam with his hands. What's the reason here in Surah Sa'ad, Surah 38, ayat 75? Yes. I'm kind of locked. Sorry, here I'm kind of stopped. It's like I can't continue. And the sentence kind of feel, is it a nervous breakdown kind of a thing or what? I get time and again perpetually nervous. I'm in nervous breakdown. Surah 41, ayat 37, and among his signs, the night and the day. What? Why did I bring this back? In this ayah, the reason being not to prostrate to the sun and the moon is prostrate to one who created them, not to those who are created. Very direct and obvious, right? So also use reason and the rules of logic when interpreting ayats to see what Allah says. Comprehend. In Surah 4 ayat 82, then do they not reflect upon the Quran if it had been? So reflecting or pondering is using the akal, right? First and foremost, the first step. If it had been from other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction. Now there's another, I ask those, if you do not know, ask those who know. Now that's different. Or something first let's take this, right? Allah is telling the believers in Surah 4, no, Allah is telling everyone in Surah 4 at 82, then do they not reflect upon the Quran? Even okay, he's telling the disbelievers. If it had been from other than Allah, they would have found within it much contradiction, right? First and foremost, the first step is to use reason, intellect. And if you don't use it, Allah said in Surah Yunus, ayat 100, Allah will put defilement upon those who will not use reason, intellect. So how do you use the intellect? How do you use the intellect? Is there a Quran ayat that says intellect is the light, or not to use your akal, or akal is not the mind, and the mind is in the heart? So, of course, there's a Quran ayat, think from your heart, right? So, thinking, fikr, doing whatever, wherever the mind is, whether that I'm not disputing right now. Mind is in the heart, thinking is from the heart, feeling is also from the heart, according to the Quran ayats. First step is to see. So we should, Allah has told us this, reflect how, what, no, just reflect upon the Quran. So what if I take reason, taking akal as intellect, and taking al-kafi from al-kafi, what is akal, right? Imams have said, what is akal? And using that to reflect upon the Quran ayats to see if there are contradictions. So my first step would be to use the rules of logic and reasoning and what the Quran ayat directly is trying, what is Allah directly trying to convey here. I'm not taking mutashabi ayats. I'm not taking those ayats that are not clear. Like in Surah 3, ayat 7, Allah mentions, right? I'm taking the clear ayats, which are clear, need know what is Allah saying here. Clear, in the clear ayats. Shias, Sunnis also. Surah 10, ayat 100, and just, yeah, upon them who will use a sahin. I've already read this out. Ya Kelun. In this, so is this done also? Is this done by me that Shias, Surah 4, ayat 46, or Sunnis also who blame me, accuse me for misinterpreting that? Among the Jews are those who distort words from their places, meaning usages and meanings, proper places, usages, and say, we hear this is a blame against the Jews, twisting their tongues and defaming the religion. And if they had said, we hear and obey and wait for us to meaning to understand. Who has done this? Actually, all of you Sunnis and Shias have done this for this. See how you have changed the meaning of Saleh, right? So I'll have to go now. I think it's getting to something. Then I'll come back to continue with this again later on after some hours today. Indeed, Allah confers blessings upon the Prophet. Is it blessings? It's Saleh. Who has? I've put the words like khuluk, khalq, from khalq, creation, created, or creator, right? Create in its proper place to tell you that it's not produce over there in that ayat or invent, it's create. Your people, even Arabs, change the meaning when you read the create Arabic word, create, for create. You change the meaning, produce, invent, falsehood. Here, who has changed the meaning? Did Allah tell you? Where has He told you? Indeed, Allah and His angels send blessings, saluna, upon the Prophet. Who has changed the meaning of this saluna? Huh? O you who believe, send blessings, sallu, alayhi, on him, right? Sallu, and greet him, salim, sallamu, taslima. Greeting now, here it is. Also, you see the salli, you, now the Arabs also take it as blessing, the saluna, the word. Saluna, blessing. If Allah wanted to bless the Prophet, He would have said, this what He did to Abraham. family. They said, the angels came, the messengers came to Abraham and said, they said, are you amazed at, I think to his wife, Abraham's wife, right? They said, are you amazed at the decree of Allah, the mercy, rahmat of Allah, and barakat is blessing. This is barakat, this is blessings in Arabic. Who has changed the word? Did Allah tell you to change the word? What did Allah Matabatabay say? Even a word, if you can't understand another ayat, in one ayat, another ayat with similar, same word, will explain the meaning. Quran explains Quran because Quran and Allah has said, this is what Allah Matabatabay in his Mizan has said. I read this part, right? Not the whole Mizan, but the part that is important for this now, that the meaning will be understood by another ayat. If it's not clear in one ayat, the meaning of the same word or the ayat's meaning will be understood by another ayat. I'm not talking about the allegoric, unclear ayats or words. I'm talking about the clear words, clear ayats. Mubin. This should have been used. Barakat upon you be people, O Ahlal Bayt, right? O Ahlal Bayt. Barakat. This is blessing. Who changed the meaning? I did not change the meaning. I just took it from another Quran ayat, Surah Hud, ayat 73. Please look at this. This is Saleh. And Allah has even sent Saleh on believers in Surah Ahzab. 43 ayat or which ayat? Of Surah Ahzab. Surah 33. Did I change the meaning? Did Allah say also, see? Did Allah say change the meaning? Now, see what here. Another, if you don't understand, go to Surah Al Imran. So Zachariah prayed, now it's dua. But here then in Surah Al Imran verse 38, pray. Allah says da. He did da. The word pray to his Lord, saying, right? But here, the same surah, next ayat, Surah 3 ayat 39, what is the standing in prayer? Angels came to him. So the angels called him not came to him. So the angels called him. Did dua to him? Anyways, I'm not on this, so I don't have to. Nada. Okay, so they called him, the angels, when he was standing praying. Yusalli. Hello. What's the meaning of Yusalli from this Quran ayat? Praying. Who changed the meaning of Saluna or Salli? You say bless. So look at Surah Azab ayat 56. You say, here what? Bless again. Sallu. Send blessings. Oh, you believe, send blessing. Leave Saluna for now. If you don't. Sallu is clear to Salli, right? Send blessings. Sallu. Send blessings or send prayers. Who has changed the meaning of this word, Sallu? Whoever you have. It's prayer. Right? Al Imran, verse 39. It means prayer. Praying. Yusalli. Because here it's written in a different form because it says praying, not you, or not send blessings. That's why it's Yusalli, praying in the prayer chamber, mihrab, al-mihrab. Indeed, Allah gives you glad tidings of Yahya, confirming, right? So praying. Who changed the meaning? You did. I haven't. So then, also this. What will come on you? So save yourselves. It would be better for them, suitable, but Allah has cursed them for their disbelief. You are kafir. So I have to go now and I will continue later. Thank you for all your help, support. Without you, this would not have been possible, right? I must really thank you from the heart. So thank you so much. I leave you, sorry, with not with this, but with this. I will continue later. We'll be back. Until then, thank you so much.